name is Elaine, and my English name is Nicole. I was the attendee of the first project, and now I'm supporter for the service. Woo! For five projects already. And I think I think my hobby is I think it's related to tourism. I like to take everyone to go around. So I think support for intern is one of my hobby. And,
Hi everyone, my name is Jaspreet. I'm an intern, and my hobbies include singing and dancing like a fool.
Hi guys. Okay, so my name is Vũ Hải, but I often ask people to call me Po, like P-O, like the panda in Kung Fu Panda, if you know. Okay, so basically I have been with Global Passport for like 2 years. I was in the OC of the first one, together with him and yeah, and I have run Global Passport like 4 times already, and so Global Passport is quite familiar to me, and it's quite good to be here today to celebrate the 2-year anniversary. So thank you.
Okay, so this session will be held as a sharing corner, and they will share about your stories, and if you want to ask them any questions, feel free to ask. So the first question is for Jaspreet. So hi Jaspreet.
Hello.
So I'm glad that you are enjoying Vietnam and Global Passport. So can you please tell all of us 2 memories? First of all, it's with Global Passport specifically.
Specifically?
Yeah. And second of all, it's with Vietnam.
Vietnam.
It can be any memory, sad or good.
Sorry, good, okay. Sorry. For Global Passport, I think my favorite memory would have to be when I was teaching in class 2, and we decided to have a karaoke session, and we started singing Christmas songs. I think that was amazing. That was a great experience. For Vietnam, oh, there's so many. Think of a few. So many already. In Vietnam.
Did you eat dog meat?
Dog meat? No, we didn't eat dog meat, unfortunately. Not yet.
Not yet.
I think in general it was with Hanoi, it's just fun to explore different places with all the interns. I think we had a fantastic time. I think I especially enjoyed Sapa. I think Sapa is amazing. We had a great time checking. Yeah, thank you.
And the next question is for Lê. So we all know that you have been hanging out with each other like a lot, right? So surely you have learned quite a lot from them. So can you tell us any sneaky or interesting facts about their culture that is not mentioned on the video? About any interns? About any sneaky things about them that is not said on the newspaper or on the internet or anything.
I think they are normal. I think because when I support, normally I will support for the Asian interns. So I think they have something related to the Chinese. So this Chinese, the culture is quite similar to the Vietnam. So I think it's very normal.
Nothing interesting.
Boring. What's so boring?
Interesting. A lot of things are very interesting, but our culture is no.
It's not about the culture.
Yeah, it's not about culture.
So, the next question is for Ho. So you probably are the oldest organizer because you joined the very first season and from intern service and until the second season and the third and fourth season you became the OC president. So until now you can the people can still see you like hosting interns, picking them up. So what makes your love with GP so big?
So basically, like I spent 2 years in Isaac, and most of the time I stay in Global Passport Project. So I have to say at first I don't like the idea of having Global Passport Project because at first I thought that teaching English is something like too familiar for Vietnamese students, and I think that is quite silly to like make another, I don't know, extra class or something. But then we did it, and then I realized that it's not that boring, and I think that is a lot of things new to do. Like we have a lot of interns, we have a lot of countries, a lot of culture in one place, and that is a space that we can not only learn about the language, but also learn about the culture, the difference, and like we learn from each other. So I think that is the interesting thing about like having Global Passport as a project of Isaac. Yeah. And yeah, because I spend most of my time in Global Passport, so I quite love it, I guess.
Okay, thank you. So going back to Jaspreet, since the first day you came to Vietnam, has any changes happened to you as a person, whether it is negative or positive changes?
I think there's been a lot of changes that's been happening. I think the most important one was interacting with people who have different working styles, definitely. I met people who are very different in terms of how they work, and I think it was challenging, but at the same time, now I know how to deal with such people, or like I know how to get into funny work. So besides that, I think I've also developed as a person in terms of my values. Yes. Yeah.
Can you be more specific about that?
About values? I guess I began to realize that I have certain priorities in life, and this experience here helped me to reevaluate that. Yeah. Thank you. Global Passport.
So far there is no negative changes. Like, do you eat more or you get bigger? Or...
Definitely. That's the thing. I walk a lot here, but my tummy is still getting bigger, so I'm so confused. Where? I think it's all the beer. It's all the beer. Yeah, it's a beer. It's a beer I'm drinking. Alright, that's it.
So blame it on the alcohol.
Blame it on the alcohol.
Okay, thank you, Jaspreet. And the next question for Lei. You hang out with interns a lot, like I mentioned before. So which intern you remember the most? And why? And only one intern. Hey.
Colin, put your hand down.
Or let's pick one girl and one boy.
Okay.
Like one girl, I think she was the intern of the Global December last year. The first time I met her, I really like. I felt like she very scary, looked like a killer something. She never talked something, and I thought she was a Vietnamese. And after that, I think like near the when she prepared to come back to the country, I started to talk to her, and I feel like she has something very interesting. I need to discover. And yeah, I think this is about that girl with the boy. Or maybe, maybe the one intern I host. His name like MJ. Yeah, he came to Vietnam very early, and he stayed in my house alone because I have another house, so he stayed there, and he stayed in alone. I think it was 2 weeks, and sometimes I try to take him to around, and when he was always very interesting in the food. See, he always want to eat. That's the most memory with me with him, like this. He always eat. He was very like a naughty boy. Yeah, but sometimes when I feel sad, he always stand by me and make me feel better.
So you have like a big or small house and you just host MJ?
No, I was fighter.
Oh, so 5 people stay in the same house?
Yeah.
So please stand up. Why stand up? Just stand up. So for the interns, if you guys want to recommend a global passport for your friends, remember this girl because she will be hosting 5 people in one house. So you guys can also so you can add on Facebook or ask for a number later. Thank you. And the last question for Paul. So can you please share with us an event, a story, or anything that happened to you that touched your feelings the most?
I gotta think a little bit. Okay. So I was in OCP for 2 global passport. It was in July and September last year. Yeah, last year. So in July it is summer, and I wanted to do something like different besides just having like we have like classes and events in Hanoi, and I wanted to do something different because it's summer. So I decided that we're gonna go for a trip to Bali for 2 days and 1 night. And it was quite a tough decision to do so because it costs a lot of money and we're already out of like expenses. But we did it anyway, and then we decided to do it. We already rent the buses, already rent the venues, the houses. And like 1 day before the event, the weather forecast says that the next day is gonna be a huge storm. And I was very like scared. I'm scared that like the parents will not let the attendees go. Yeah. But that day it went okay. The weather is good, and we went anyway. And when we arrived at the venue, I was scared that the weather is bad, so we cannot go. So I didn't prepare anything for the event. We just arrived there, and I just decided that we're gonna do this, and do that. But we had a good time because we spent the night like talking and partying, like throwing up a lot of alcohol or something. So it's quite a good time, and that is the thing that I remember the most about Global Passports.
So up next, there will be time for like 1 or 2 questions. So if you guys want to ask them anything, please raise your hands.
Okay.
You, please stand up. Who do you want to ask?
I want to ask Paul a question. What is the most remarkable impact that you think you've made during your time with Global Passport?
Okay. So the thing about Isaac project is like if you are an OC or if you like are an attendee or an intern, that you can already see the OCs, they have a lot of work. Yeah. So I think that like during the time the project runs, the OCs are always like tired and exhausted and everything, but they always like kind of try to make the event happen. It is like the same for every project. And I am happy that like my team, they are like also exhausted, tired during the time they run. But after that, they didn't like decided that like, okay, so this is the end for me. I'm not gonna do something like this anymore. So after that, I have like 4 members decided to stay and became like the OCP for next projects of Isaac, and 3 of them became the OCP of the like continuous Global Passport. So it's like a little bit of my legacy, but like the next 3 projects were hosted by 3 of my members, so that is quite a pride for me. I think so.
Thank you.
more questions? Okay, so if there's no questions, thank you guys for being the unfortunate one or the fortunate ones. So please give them a big applause and say so proud of you. So proud of you.